Well, I haven't got much done so far today. Yesterday I was working on the house a little bit there, moving some material around out of the addition of the house, and I dug out styrofoam blocks and started washing those off. I started washing the 13th block off with the pressure washer when my wife called me in for dinner, and about that time it started pouring down rain. I went ahead and finished that block up and stacked it up and then quit for the day. By the time I changed my clothes and had dinner, I didn't really feel like going out and trying to do any more. And then overnight, it just started pouring down rain, and it's been just dumping rain all day long so far today. Forecast actually says we're getting mixed rain and snow. I haven't even looked outside till now. Didn't hardly even want to get out of bed this morning, the way it was raining and stuff, but couldn't stand laying in bed any longer, so I got up and I've been puttering around with a few other things. It's not very nice and not very enthusiastic about doing anything outside. One of the things we've been doing is working on this tire machine. We got it set up and we've worked on a couple of tires. I repaired the tire off the trailer and the one off my pickup. My son repaired the tire off of his car a couple of times. And then I've been working on these wheels that go on the pickup, getting those cleaned up, getting those ready to put tires on those. But I can't really finish those tires until I get the spin balancer set up, and it's supposed to be calibrated before you balance tires on it. And the way they want you to calibrate it is to use a 15-inch tire and wheel. Well, we don't have any of those around here. Everything we got is either 16 or 17. So I had to order a new tire and wheel, and I went ahead and got new ones because these are going to be for calibrating, and it's just going to be set aside for calibrating. That came yesterday. Figured since today's a crappy day out and I don't want to work outside, I might as well work on this. So I got the tire and wheel out. I just went over the tire and picked off all of the paper tags and everything that were on it. The same thing on the wheel. I went around and cleaned it up. There's a couple spots where some stickum stuff was stuck on it. I got to go get my tire repair stuff out again, and this thing is going to need a valve stem in it, so I've got to go get my tire stuff and get a valve stem. And I'll put this tire together. The other thing that came yesterday is some snot here, some slickum stuff for putting wheels on. I've just been using soapy water. Of course, that's all we ever used for years, was just soapy water. I don't know why it's not good enough now, but apparently it's not. So anyway, I got the wheel set up there on the tire machine. I'll go ahead and go get a valve stem and put in that. Goes. gun. Get that now. Well, so good. It's just too slippery, I guess. Well, that stuff that I put on there for the tire slippery was so slippery that my duckbill wouldn't stay on the tire. There's an adjustment to hold this tire duckbill out, but there's nothing to hold it in against the tire. I need to tighten that bolt up or something there, I don't know. But anyway, that tire is together, and like I said, it doesn't really make too much difference on that. It probably didn't even need to air it up because it's just primarily to use as a standard to set that balancer up with, to calibrate that balancer. But I guess that's good practice, putting the tire together, see what happens on it. So we'll let that set, See if the air stays up in it, see if it stays aired up. It should. Now there is a red dot on this tire, and you're supposed to line that red dot up with the valve core, valve stem, and I had it lined up on there, but then it spun around when I was putting the tire on. And like I said, it doesn't really make any difference. This is just to calibrate the balancer anyway. Maybe, since I'm doing these, I got this all set up, maybe I'll go ahead and do this truck tire, pickup tire. I've had them sitting here now for two or 3 years and haven't put them on because the wheels were messed up on them. Okay. happens with these. If I got this tire changer with the blaster, bead blaster built into it. It wouldn't work before. Some of these other tires that we had. We'll see if it works with this one. This one's way down below the bead on the top up here. That won't work. It won't work. A nail in my tire already. I'm sitting over there on the bench underneath where the shelf where I keep my nails and stuff. Clint must have fell down in there. Well, there's 3 tires mounted up on the wheels for my pickup. Brand new tires. I don't know, 2, 3 years old, I think, since I bought them. But the wheels were kind of in rough shape, cut corrosion on them and stuff like that. Needed to be cleaned up. I did 2 of them, and then the other 2 still had the old tires on them. I finally got those old tires taken off, and then everything set outside for over a year before I could get to them. Well, anyway, I got those on there now, those 3. That third one I didn't need to use my bead blaster on. When I put the wheel on there and the tire on, I lined the tire up and the wheel up so that the valve stem was on the other side of where I was putting the wheel on, and those have tire pressure sensors in them. So on the other 2, when I put them on, the bead of the tire got down below the tire pressure sensor, so I needed a bead blaster to get them to pop up. But this one I didn't do that. I got the bead of the tire up above the tire pressure sensor, so once I started putting air in it, the beads popped up on their own. Well, I got those aired up to 65 pounds now. I can roll those out of the way. And I still need to finish that other wheel. That still needs a lot of work on it to get it smoothed out and stuff, but these 3 are ready to go. The weather's still too crappy outside to do anything. It's a little blustery now. I was thinking about opening this door up and starting to rip these boards down and get those finished up. I still may do that. I don't know. I didn't want to open the door up with it being blustery out because it blows the rain in here, and I didn't want to get water rain on that tire machine and on the other stuff that's in here. I'll have to think about what I'm going to do. Meanwhile, I can put those tires away. And I don't know whether I'm going to put those on this year or not. The tires that I've got on there, I got for snow tires, but they never were very good snow tires, and they're getting worn now. These are E-rated tires, which are, what, 12-ply rated? I would rather they were G-rated tires for the hauling stuff out there on the back roads and stuff like that, which is what I got for my trailer tires. So that's the next set of tires that I've got to do is my trailer tires. I've got to change those out. But anyway, that was pretty good progress for a day when nothing was going to happen. A nasty day outside. I got those done. Now I got to think about whether I'm going to work on the other wheel and finish getting it cleaned up, or whether I'm going to open this door up and work on this lumber. I want to get this lumber all ready for the addition on the house.